Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and the Brink, and we are one. So today I want to cover accessories with the Steam Deck. This is going to be a hard one and one that we're going to have to cover multiple times because I don't really think there's a lot out there yet. I did some digging, couldn't find much, meaning we're not ready yet. The device has to come out. I'm sure, I don't even know if Steam Deck, if Valve's working with companies to make accessories, but we have cases, screen protectors. There's modifications even to the deck itself. There's a lot of potential for accessories, and I think that's where this is going to become really fun, is actually in the accessories. Just imagine a back casing that could be extended to include a new M.2 drive. That's a 3380, I believe, and it'd be like this instead of the small one. So you have a lot more storage. You get a lot more storage out of it. I'm not sure what to do on power drain. There's a couple other things I'm just not sure, because they did mention that everything's balanced with that. So not sure there. But before we really get into my list of accessories that you really should be getting, and I'd recommend getting some of these even before you get your Steam Deck. They're useful for other devices. So before we do that, make sure to like this video if you like it, to subscribe, and to bash that bell with your crowbar. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into my list. Okay, first up, this one's kind of obvious. I've been shouting it out that, hey, you need to do this for sure. SD cards. It is a must-have accessory, and the one I still stand by right now is the Plexar Play. And I recommend the 512 gigabyte or the 1 terabyte. Just depends. I have two 512 gigabyte cards that I will be switching in between emulation and just my games on the go, right? And then whatever games I really will be playing, like my center focus game or games that I'm playing that week. So I only play typically 1 or 2 single player games at a time. So I can always swap those out onto the SD card or just install them and uninstall them if I really needed to. So I'm not that concerned about storage actually on the device, because like I said, I don't play that many games really focused all at once. Kind of a lie sometimes, but but like right now I'm playing Elden Ring, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm playing Elden Ring. That's all I'm playing. No, I'm not playing just Elden Ring. I'm playing Guardians of the Galaxy. I have Dying Light 2. Okay, yeah, I'm playing more games than I realized. So now that I'm thinking about this, yeah, maybe storage is very important. And so, but I think with those 3 games, they would fit on my 512 gigabyte Steam Deck when I get it just fine. So storage, definitely recommend it. And I definitely recommend going a little higher. Now, the better deal is actually the 512 gig typically instead of the 1 terabyte. The 512, it runs you around $60. The 1 terabyte will run you around $130, $140. So you get a little bit, just depends on if you want to swap those cards out. I'm used to it, so I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. We'll see. I'm sure I'll change my mind, or I'll have a better idea. I've done this with the Switch before. The Switch has smaller games though, so that could be the difference. But I do plan on playing a lot of my old games on the Steam store, so there's that. We'll see. I think it all depends on what you plan on playing. If you plan on playing AAA, go with the 1 terabyte. If you plan on playing a lot of emulated games and just your older games, then those tend to run about 5 to 10 gigabytes, where AAAs are getting up into the 50s and maybe even into the hundreds of gigabytes. So just be aware of that, of what you're playing. Or if you're only playing 1 or 2 games, you might not need any storage. Still is nice to put videos on it and to do whatever you want else you want on it. So that is my number one thing you should get accessory wise. Now the next one, there is going to be a Steam Dock coming out, but in the meantime, or to be honest, the Steam Deck is nice, and it will be pretty premium. I'm sure it'll work great. It will look nice, but it's nice to get just a dongle. It makes it so traveling's easier. I don't think you're going to want to take the dock everywhere. It's going to be a nice little console area on your TV, by your TV. Dongles are nice for just on the go, or just always having an option to add USB, HDMI, and just anything else you need. Like, it can also add extra SD card slots. And because the way this is designed, it's not like Linux isn't going to support 2 SD slots. So it should be able to support both. So you could get double the storage. So you could have maybe your emulator in the dongle, like your emulator card in the dongle, and your other games in the device. The reason I say that, because then you can hook up the next accessory that I recommend, which is controllers. And that sounds weird because it does come with controllers, right? But we want to emulate games, and N64 emulators are some of the hardest, to be really honest, to play with, you know, traditional controls or controllers that we have today. It's almost better to play it with the wonky milking controller, you know, the one that looks like an udder. In my mind, it looks like an udder. But yeah, I definitely recommend going the route of the N64, getting a couple of those controllers to plug into your dongle. The dongle should also include an HDMI so you can output it to a TV. My recommendation really is to get a dongle, and I'm going to recommend, so I'm going to have recommendations in the description, just so you know. They are affiliate. They do give us a kickback. So if you want to support the channel, please buy through those links. If not, you don't need to. You can use you just go to the description and say, hey, that's the name of it. I'll go search it on Amazon. I'm not going to force anyone. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm, you know, asking for money. Okay, so with the dongle, the must-haves I think you need to have, if you don't go with my recommendation, is it needs to have a USB-C that is at least rated for 45 watts or higher, so it can charge, I think, or is it 45, that so it can charge, I believe it's 45, so it can charge your device. So what you do is you plug in the USB-C, and then you can plug in your power, and then you can plug in all your other devices. And so you're able to play off of just the one port that you're only given in the Steam Deck. This allows you to have so many more ports. It kind of sucks. It's something I had to learn a lot by using the MacBooks, the newer MacBooks, where they only gave you USB-C. So yes, HDMI. One, maybe 2 USB 3.0s, which are the traditional USBs. USB-C, so that you can plug in your traditional charging cable, or anything else that might need to be more powerful, transfer and all that. I would say the SD slot is optional. If you want to go with more USB, then go with more USB slots, or go with SD if you want that additional storage. And then an HDMI. There's other dongles that will have VGA. They'll have about every type of hookup you'll want that you could possibly imagine. Almost, it's so crazy. That being said, I don't know how many of those are supported by the Steam OS. I just can't say for sure. I would be surprised if a lot of them weren't, because Linux just has the drivers typically built in a lot of the Linux flavors out there. That is, you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But dongles are important, and I think getting the right dongle will just go very far. You won't have to buy another dongle again for a good long while. You might need to get a secondary dongle so you can dongle the dongle, and maybe a 4-port USB. So if you really want to do a 4-player, let's say, like with the emulators, let's say if you're trying to do Smash Bros or Mario Kart on N64, and you want 4 N64 controllers, because you can get them with USB, by the way, and plug them into that 4-port USB that's dongled into your main dongle, or you don't have to go that route. You could just do the 4 USB into the dongle. So that is what I recommend for dongles, dongling all the way through. And I also, I even went through to the next section, which is controllers. That's also, I think, really important accessory if you want. Well, it's not really important. It's a nicety if you want to play your emulated games in a more natural setting. So on to the next one, headphones. This is one that I don't see recommended as much, but I don't play games, especially like on my phone. On my Switch, I kind of do. We'll go back and forth now that they have Bluetooth support. I can't believe that they didn't have a YouTube support, but Bluetooth headphones. They are a little laggy. I can't give you a lot of recommendations because I haven't tried a lot with devices, but I have used my AirPods to play with my Switch, and it seemed fine to me. I've watched stuff on my phone. My AirPod Pros, that is, were pretty good. Now, you're not going to get the best quality of sound out of these for a video game, but they're going to go really well for traveling and being portable, where a chunky headset just does not. But once again, I'll have options for both, like the Sony, I believe they're like the Sony XM or AWF or something like that. They go over your ears. They're really nice and they're portable, and I think they'd work decent enough for gaming. I could be wrong though, but there also are Sony earbuds that you can get that are similar, that are noise canceling. Both of these are the Sony WF 1000 XM4. And once again, I'll have links to a bunch of the stuff below, so you don't need to remember this. Yeah, just go to the description for it. The Razer Hammerhead True Wireless Bluetooth earbuds, I believe they're on version 2. I'm always skeptical of Razer. I've had a couple of Razer laptops. They, like my last one, ballooned, the battery balloons. I'm gonna have to do a whole other review on that. Like the Razer quality and QA is kind of garbage. And now with manufacturing, this is getting into a whole other subject, but that I will cover later on. But with manufacturing, you can accept a level, like mass manufacturing, you can accept a certain level of failure, like around 4 or 5%, unless it's gone up or down since I've last looked into it. It really looks like with the Razer, like I've had every laptop I've had to send in. So, and I've read the reviews. These have a 4 out of 5, and some people don't like the sound, some people do. So just be wary of that. Until I get my hands on some of these devices to test and let you know, I won't be able to validate this type of thing. But if you have a headphone set that's Bluetooth, that's either earbuds or over the ear, comment below. Please let us know. I'd love to know. I have my my AirPods Pros, and they're kind of starting to die a little bit. So I might actually be buying a new set soon. So I would like to know too. Please recommend. So headphones, very important. You can go with wired too if you want. It does have 3.5 jack, so you can have that option, which is awesome. But just remember that it needs to have a mic module if you're gonna, well, I guess you could talk through the mic that's on the Steam Deck. I just don't know how it handles yeah, that's a whole other thing. But headphones, once again, I prefer wireless, and because it's portable, I just recommend it, but maybe it's not a big deal for you guys. So let's move on to the next thing. The battery life on the device is very mixed. You can balance it out so well, but what if you want to game at 60 frames per second at all times for 5-6 hours? You're gonna have to go with the battery bank. So you can plug it in the bottom, and yeah, it's not as portable, but you can still slip it in your pocket. It's actually, like, depending on what type of battery bank you get, and I don't know if the ones that would work with this with the Steam Deck would work really well in your pocket. I have a battery bank, and I actually should have grabbed it to show you, but I'd have to find it. And they can get a little chunky. I have a 27,000 milliamp battery. I really like it. It will charge my phone multiple times. I'm assuming the Steam Deck will get charged at least 12, like maybe 3 times, I believe, with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember what for the life of me. I'm gonna have to get into the. I'll have to do some additional research to see how many times you'd be able to recharge your Steam Deck. So, I recommend the Anker Portable Charger 737. I like Anker typically. I have some other devices that are battery banks that aren't Anker, but they've worked pretty good for me in the past. So I recommend that one. I'll have it in the description below. Now, the last thing before I get into a couple of don't forget me's, the screen protector, DBrand is the only one that I heard of that's done decently, and I can't remember where I heard that from. It was from another YouTube channel like Linus Tech Tips or something like that, where DBrand was one of the only ones where it didn't have issues with the tapping of like the keyboard and stuff like that. Some other brands like off of Amazon do not work, and I highly recommend you do not get a screen protector right now off of Amazon until things are verified from a YouTuber that you trust. So, and I'm going to do the same thing. Well, I'm going to do the same thing, and that's probably going to be DBrand. You can get a set of 2 for $24.95, and they don't come out until April though. But for a lot of us who have not got their Steam Deck yet, I guess that's just not going to be a problem, right? So, screen protector, definitely, I would highly recommend it if you want to keep your screen protected. It does what it says, and I'll have a link below. It's not an affiliate, that's fine. I'm just, good faith. I want to make sure you have links to whatever you need. So now, with that being said, let's get into the forget me's that people do, and let's not do that. First up, HDMI. This is one that I think people forget a lot, but an HDMI cable is pretty nice to hook up into a TV or a monitor, and sometimes we just can never find the one we think we have. So just make sure that you just get another HDMI cable if you need it for your dongle. Dongles upon dongles and wires upon wires. Extra power cables is the next thing. Just extra USB-C to USB-C or whatever your charger end is. The battery bank I recommend, I believe USB. Okay, so the battery bank that I recommended is USB-C and also has 2 ports for USB 3.0. I believe so, and it's IQ2, so it's fast charging, and actually the device fast charges too. So awesome, right? So you're gonna be good. It comes with it's a nice battery bank, and it's a nice set of charging cables and all that for you. So just make sure you don't forget just the little extras of cables. And it can always come in handy, right? Okay, that's it for the accessories. Let me know what I missed below. What accessories are you excited for? And is there anything that is out there that we should know about? Let us know in the comments below what you are getting and what we should get. With that being said, it's the end of the video. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching my channel so far. This has been so much fun, and I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to continue making news. I'm going to continue making lists of recommended items. And just whatever else. And if there's another topic or something you're interested in, I need to research, or maybe I have domain knowledge in, let me know in the comments below. So thank you guys for watching, and watch my other stuff above, or it's going to be right here soonish once it goes to the end screen. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.